There's a strange fight happening in Washington right now. The President of the United States is refusing to sign a law, not because of what it spends, but because of what it bans. And the thing it bans? A digital dollar? Here's the part nobody's telling Canadians. While the US tears itself apart over whether to even allow one, Canada quietly already has digital dollar infrastructure running today. I'll show you exactly what that means for your money. But first, let me explain why this fight even started. I'm your crypto compass. Let's get your bearings. In the next few minutes, you'll understand 3 things most people get completely backwards. What a digital dollar actually is, why a government one is so controversial that lawmakers want it banned, and why Canada took a totally different path that's already live. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where your Canadian dollars sit on this map, and whether any of it changes what you should do. On June 24th, President Trump did something unusual. He refused to sign a piece of crypto legislation, not because he opposed crypto, but because the bill contained a permanent ban on a US central bank digital currency. He's tying his signature to a separate elections bill, and the whole thing has stalled. Now, why would American lawmakers want to ban a digital dollar in the first place? That word, CBDC, central bank digital currency, sets off alarm bells in the USA. CBDC is money issued directly by the central government in digital form. Supporters say it's faster and cheaper. Critics, and there are a lot of them in Washington, say a government-issued digital dollar could let the state see and even control every transaction you make. That fear is so strong that ban the CBDC became a rallying cry. So the US is stuck in a years-long fight over whether to even allow one. Here's where it gets interesting for us, because Canada didn't wait for that fight to finish. Before we cross the border, you need one simple map, because almost everyone confuses these 3 things. First, a CBDC, issued by the government, fully centralized, the thing the US is fighting over. Second, a stablecoin, a digital dollar issued by a private company, backed 1-to-1 by real dollars in a bank, like USDC or Canada's own CADD. And third, crypto like Bitcoin. No issuer at all, no dollar peg, price moves on its own. Here's the key. A stablecoin gives you most of what people want from a digital dollar. Instant, programmable, 24/7, without a government sitting at the center of it. And that distinction is the entire reason Canada's situation looks nothing like America's. I'll show you the Canadian side next, and the one number that surprised me when I dug into it. While the US argues about banning a government digital dollar, Canada split the problem in 2. And that's the part most people miss. On one side, the Bank of Canada is still only in a slow, multi-year research phase on a potential digital loonie. There's no Canadian government CBDC you can use today, and honestly, no rush to build one. But on the other side, the private side, Canada moved fast. Earlier this year, Bill C-15 gave Canada a real legal framework for stablecoins, those privately issued digital dollars. And CADD, a Canadian dollar stablecoin built with National Bank and Shopify, is already running as settlement infrastructure. So when people say Canada already has a digital dollar, this is what they mean. Not a government CBDC like the one America's fighting over, but a regulated, privately issued Canadian digital dollar that exists right now. Canada got the useful part, programmable instant settlement, and skipped the controversial part, the government-controlled CBDC. And remember, our most watched video on this whole channel was about exactly this. Canada just launched its own digital dollar. Canadians clearly want to understand where their money is heading. Which raises the real question, does any of this actually change what you should do? Quick favor before I answer that. If you're finding this helpful, hitting subscribe means you'll catch the next one. I break down Canadian crypto, plain and calm, every single week. Here's the honest answer, and it's good news. For your everyday Canadian dollars, this US political fight changes almost nothing today. You are not about to wake up to a government CBDC tracking your coffee purchases. That's an American debate. And even there, it's stalled. What it does mean is that the digital dollar future in Canada is arriving through regulated, private stablecoins, not a government-controlled CBDC. That's worth understanding for two practical reasons. First, if you ever hold or use a stablecoin, even a Canadian dollar one, the single thing that matters is whether it's actually backed one-to-one by real cash and properly regulated. A digital dollar with nothing behind it is just a promise. Bill C-15 exists precisely to enforce that backing on the Canadian side. Second, don't confuse a stablecoin with Bitcoin. And right now, that matters, because the market is jittery. Bitcoin recently slipped to a roughly 20-month low, and the Fear and Greed Index has been stuck in extreme fear for weeks. A regulated Canadian stablecoin doesn't swing like that. That's the whole point of the dollar peg. Knowing which bucket your money sits in is what keeps you calm when headlines get loud. That's the real takeaway here. So let's bring it home. The United States is fighting over whether to even allow a government digital dollar, a CBDC, because of real fears about surveillance and control. Canada took a quieter, smarter route. No rushed government CBDC, but a regulated private digital dollar already live under Bill C-15. The fight in Washington is loud. Canada's answer is already running. If this made the whole digital dollar mess finally click, do me one favor. Subscribe and hit the bell so you catch these the moment they go up. Next up, I'm breaking down whether a Canadian dollar stablecoin actually belongs in your wallet and the safety checks to run before you touch one. One question for the comments: would you actually use a Canadian digital dollar, or does the whole idea make you nervous? Drop it below.